So it finishes Ipswich 2, Forest 4. I can't lie to you guys, I'm starting to feel a little confident about this Champions League stuff. Maybe even cocky. Welcome to my match reaction. Good morning, good evening, or good night. Hope you guys are doing well, and welcome to my post-game thoughts on Ipswich 2, Forest 4. If you're enjoying the content, please don't forget to hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed as well if you are new here. And guys, as I was telling you on the watch along yesterday, keep the 26th of March free in your diaries because it's just fantastic news. We know Stuart Pearce had his health problems the other week. He, of course, does it surprise anyone, is back and at it and ready, and will be hosting an evening with an FA Cup special brought by Curling over in the Huddle in the middle of town. I think it used to be the Square back in the day, Red Square, wasn't it, or something like that. You can get there. You can get some early bird tickets now for £5. All you need to do is scan this QR code, scroll down, and you will be able to select the amount of tickets you want. You can pay on PayPal, you can pay on credit card, whatever you need, and you can meet Psycho the Legend. And just a quick breakdown of it. It'll be a bit like the one we did with Stuart Pearce, but this one's more focused on his FA Cup experiences. The doors will open at 6:30, and then from 7 o'clock, Dion Dublin will be hosting Stuart Pearce and asking him all the questions. Then you guys get to ask Stuart Pearce questions, and then you'll have a session of a meet and greet. So bring all your Forest 3 shirts with you. Get it signed by Psycho himself. Go grab your tickets now. It's going to be a crazy good event, and it's so good to see Stuart Pearce back and ready. It's just fantastic news after, of course, the scare he had the other week. But let's talk about Forest now, because I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm starting to feel a little cocky, a little arrogant. I'm looking at Arsenal and I'm thinking, yeah, we can take them. You know, if Forest hadn't won yesterday, I'd be looking at it thinking, you know what, let Arsenal go. Chelsea dropped points there. The other results all going for us. Man City drawing with Brighton. Bournemouth dropping 3 points to Brentford as well. Let's see what happens on the games today. But right now, I'm just feeling in a really good place, really optimistic. I know you lot are going to say, you know, you flip-flop with your moods. You are so reactionary. You know, we win, we're going to win the league. We lose, we're getting relegated. I don't care. Guilty as charged. But right now, it's just going quite nicely. And as I keep telling you guys, our run-in is favourable. Out of those 10 games we had, 8 of them were bottom half teams, 2 top half teams. And, you know, one of those away games is already chalked off with a W. Another relegation fodder team coming next at the City Ground in Manchester United. I honestly think if we beat them, we're pretty much home and dry. So I think there's a lot of positives to take from yesterday's games. We saw Elanga coming back into form. I thought again Nico Williams was absolutely fantastic. I thought Einar was okay, not perfect. I thought Morgan Gibbs-White, I think you lot thought he was a lot better than he was. I'm not saying he was bad, it was just my opinion. But my favourite player right now is Callum Hudson-Odoi. I just think he just oozes quality and class. I think he knows when to shoot, he knows when to pass, he knows when to cross, when to take on his defender. And he's a player that we're highlighting him, but I don't know if the rest of the world are. And I think it's shameful that he, Gibbs-White, Anderson haven't made Tuchel's squad. But from a selfish perspective, I look at it and think, well, at least they can't get injured. Now, I know you could get injured, you know, walking up your stairs at home or on the training ground or whatever. But I'm now thinking Forest for me comes first. Okay, maybe because I was born in Scotland, like England's results, you know, whatever. But I know a lot of you care about those. But right now, it's got to be club before country from a fan's perspective for me. These are just qualifiers or friendlies, whatever they are. In the greater scheme of things, England are going to qualify for the tournament. So it doesn't matter too much. But it would have been a nice accolade for those boys to have. So I look at it and think they can get rest. This gives us more of an advantage. We come back, we got a cup quarter final to look look forward to against Brighton, who themselves are playing good football. They haven't lost since we've beaten them, since we tonked them 7-0. Are they going to want to come, for blood? Or are we going to go for them wanting blood? Because it's away, you get me. So at the moment, I think everything just feels nice. The whole squad is fit, minus Miguel. And this is something, I got to shout it out to Dave, Dazzling Dave, our Wolves mate. He said to me when Nuno came in, Nuno doesn't do injuries. People don't get injured with him. This is why he can have a small squad, because they take such great care of the players. These medical staff that he brings on, they know what they're doing. And he was right. He was right. You can't argue with it. 0 outfield players unavailable for Nuno in the back end of the season, where players do pick up a lot of injuries. Look at Arsenal, how many they've picked up. Newcastle, Bournemouth. All those other teams in and around us are nursing injuries, hoping for players to come back. When Nuno's sitting there and he's like, I'm good, man. I can pick whatever team I want. I guess the only negative, is that a strong word to use? I'm just a little bit worried, and I want your guys' opinion on this. Chris Wood's form. I thought yesterday's chance he had to score that goal. Normally Chris Wood, in deep in that purple patch, the form he's been in this season, puts it in, weak foot or not, it goes in. He's been so good this season that it's hard to tell if his left foot is weaker than his right foot. But I just feel it's been a couple of games now since that Brighton game, since he's got a goal in the Premier League, but he's already bagged 18. If Chris Wood doesn't score another goal this season, it's been a successful season. It's been season with Chris Wood. So I'm not too worried about it. But as I said, I always like to look at the bigger picture of these games. Like, is there room for improvement? Where can we get an extra 2% out? And I think Chris Wood needs a goal. I really hope he scores against either Brighton or Man U, and then kicks on to get that deserved 20 plus goals for this season. But outside of that, guys, I've got nothing to complain about. I know that might shock you, but I just think everything's ticking along nicely. If you want me to have a little bit of a moan, I don't think we should have switched to a back 3 yesterday. I thought we lost our shape a little bit when that happened. I thought Dominguez was brilliant again yesterday, by the way. I think the only thing that stops Forest this season achieving what we dream of achieving is complacency, is the players getting ahead of themselves. This whole next game is all we're thinking about thing. I've never liked it as a fan, but you know what? Right now, I'm fully on board with it. Don't start thinking about the finish line. There's still 9 more checkpoints to go before we get there. Or maybe like 5 or 6 if we get a few W's in a row. And according to Ez's predictions, we probably will. But if we can go and beat Man United, if we can then get, who's after that? I think it's Villa. A draw against Villa I think would be fantastic. Then go and beat the likes of Everton, etc. that we got coming up. Down the road, we got a free win against Leicester. We're nearly there. We're nearly there. And I'm just about holding it together to not get overexcited. But I can smell and hear that Champions League music. Let's overtake Arsenal, though. Let's overtake Arsenal. Because if we overtake Arsenal and finish second and stop them doing the three-peat of second, boys, they're going to be a meltdown in their fan base. I don't know. I'm just in a good mood. We got Grumpy Old Reds tonight. I think it's probably going to be 9 o'clock, though. Ooh, lights going out there. It's going to be 9 o'clock. So make sure you tune in. And more importantly than that, we'll be giving away some tickets for the Stuart Pearce event. Got a few pairs of tickets to give to you guys tonight on Grumpy Old Reds. So make sure you're tuned in. Make sure you're available for the 26th of March. If you've enjoyed the content, please don't forget to hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed if you are new. I need to go sort my lights out now. I'll see you tonight on Grumpy Old Reds. Come on, you Reds. Scan the QR code.